Selling cars can either be the hardest job you've ever had in your life or one of the easiest. And I sold cars for about 8 years. And if I were to go back and start selling cars again, here's three things I would do completely different. You don't know who I am. My name's Russell Richardson. I worked at a small family-owned Lincoln dealership. I actually used to wash cars there. And then I started selling cars while I was in high school. And I worked my way up from the worst salesperson to the best salesperson. And it took me a couple years to really figure it out. But if I were to go all back over again, here's exactly what I would do different. The first thing I would do differently, and this might sound cliche, is go all in. And I see a lot of new salespeople who are scared to go all in. What does go all in actually mean? That means tell you all your friends and family what you do. And I'll tell you a strategy on this at the end of this tip number one here on how to actually do this at a high level, not just call them and tell them you sell cars. But there's a bunch of ways to go all in. First and foremost, I think you should learn the product you're selling. Whether it's new cars or used cars, you need to learn everything that's going on in the dealership. So many people are timid and are waiting for someone to teach them. And some dealerships just don't have the best processes. It's going to be up to you to learn yourself. I'm blessed. I worked at a dealership that had pretty good processes, but they didn't stress the importance a ton about product knowledge. So I worked really, really hard to learn product knowledge. Product knowledge isn't the end all be all, but product knowledge is going to be what differentiates you between the competition. And nowadays, people can get information online. So when they come in, they know a lot. And if the customer knows more than you know, you're done for, you're cooked. But when it comes to going all in, you also need to do a few other things. You need to treat it like your own business. If you owned a business, if you knew right now that you're not a salesperson, but you own your own business, would you sit around and scroll on your phone? Would you wait till somebody walks to the front door? Would you wait till your manager says, hey, it's time to learn? No, you would be proactive, and you need to be proactive, and you need to always be busy, because at a lot of car dealerships, they're going to let you do nothing, and you don't want to be the guy just sitting around doing nothing. But how do you go about and actually tell your friends and family what you do? There's a wrong way. I shouldn't say a wrong way, but there's a okay way to do this, but then there's a really good way. Here's an okay way. Hey, Uncle Jim, it's Russ here. Hey, man, I know I haven't talked to you in 12 years, but I was just wondering, do you need a car? I sell cars now at XYZ dealership. And he's going to be like, oh, I don't. Okay, well, keep me in mind. And that's why people hate calling their friends and family and being like, hey, do you own a car or do you want a car? It's like, there's a better way to do it. Here's exactly what I would do to tell all of my friends and family going back. And I wish I did this. If I were to go back and start day one, here's exactly how I'd call. Friends you haven't talked to in a while, friends that are your best friends, family members, relatives, people you haven't talked to, doesn't matter. You can give them this same phone call. Hey, Jim, it's Russ. I know we haven't spoken in a while. Hey, what's going on, Russ? Well, hey, man, I needed your help. I actually just started working at XYZ dealer selling XYZ cars. You think you could help me? Oh, man, I really don't need a car right now. Yeah, so I'll keep you in mind. Well, it's actually not why I was calling. I figured you didn't need a car right now, but I know you have so many friends and family and all these people that look up to you and would probably value your opinion. Would you ever mind making a connection for me when somebody you know is looking for a vehicle? You give them my name. I sell this type of car at this dealership. I'd really appreciate any intro. Oh, yeah, actually, you know what? Somebody did just mention they were looking for a car. I'll give them your name and number. Oh, great. Could you connect me in a group chat with them? I'd really appreciate it. I'm going to work hard for them since I just started. I don't have a whole bunch of customers to really worry about, so I'll give them all my attention and make sure it's the best car buying process they've ever had. Yeah, man, I'll do it for you now. Thanks. That's how you call and ask friends and family for referrals. You don't ask them to buy a car. You ask them to make introductions, because your Uncle Jim might only buy one car every 5 years. But Uncle Jim might know 50 people who are going to buy a car every single year. I'd rather Jim never even buy a car for me, and I'll take those 50 people over begging Jim to buy a car for me every time I see him. And that is how you go all in. Tell everyone you know what you're doing. Ask them for a favor. But that favor isn't, can you buy a car for me? It's, no, can you make introductions for me? That's how you go all in on yourself. But a lot of salespeople are scared to do this because they're like, well, I don't even know if I'm going to work here in 3 months. Well, you certainly aren't going to work at your dealership in 3 months if you don't go all in on yourself. The grass is never greener on the other side. It rarely is. Sometimes it is. But really, you can make the most out of your situation. And don't delay these best practices because you don't think you might work there. Get really good at it now. And don't be afraid to make that call in 6 months when you're at a new dealership. Hey, Jim, I know you said you're going to start referring people my way. I'm actually down at this dealership. I left that other dealership. It just wasn't a right fit for me. I'm up here. here. I'm loving it now. So any referrals you send my way, make sure you send them here. It's that simple. Don't overthink this, guys. We're all going to die one day. So don't be afraid to call your Uncle Jim multiple times if you move different dealerships. But let's hop into point number 2. The second thing I wish I could do over if I went back to car sales from day one is I thought car salespeople like spend a lot of time shaking hands and moving and grooving and meeting with customers. And that's a big part of the job. Don't get me wrong. But online, internet, phone, email, text sales is where it's at and where it's going and where you need to be. And a lot of dealerships don't have good training on this. I really wish more did. The ones that do are crushing it. Your customers are going to be calling in. They're going to be emailing you. They're going to be texting you. The old, hey, can you come in now line is what a lot of car salespeople are taught. Just doesn't work. And you need to get really good at communicating with people via text, communicating with people via email or phone calls or sending them videos. And I would learn to master that art. I'm not going to give you a whole bunch of tips and tricks here. I'll give you a few on sending videos, but there are a bunch of great resources out there on how to do this, but you need to be really good at this. I will say that I probably won't side with dealerships that won't sell cars over the phone. I just think that is archaic. Carvana sold 100,000 plus cars last quarter. If your dealership you're at currently or thinking about joining is like, yeah, we don't do sales over the phone. We don't do internet sales. They have to come in. We don't do anything unless they come in. It's just going to restrict you. There's this scarcity mindset at car dealers. If we give people information over the phone or online, they're going to shop us. They're going to buy a car somewhere else. And is all of that true? Of course it is. I'm not here to say it's not. But also, some of my best customers, highest paying customers, best repeat customers were people who I sold via text. Really busy businessmen. I remember this guy, he told me a number I can't share, but how much he made a year? I was like, what? You make that much a year? He owned his own company. I sold him a Navigator completely through text. That's how the guy wanted to operate. He didn't want to come in. He wanted all of the numbers ironed out, what it was going to be, and he didn't even negotiate. He just wanted to know what it was. So he asked for our best price. I gave him a price. He said, cool. It was literally just the price that was online. Didn't even negotiate. No back and forth. Came in, signed, rolled, shook my hand, said, hey, Russ, thanks for making this so easy. That's what people want these days. They don't want to be dragged around. They don't want to sit in your office for 5 hours with you. Some people might. Most people don't. I know I wouldn't. When I go to buy a car, it's going to be done before I show up there. If the dealership's not willing to accommodate that, I'm not going to buy my car there. And if I do want to go in person to test drive, I'm going to test drive, give them my information, leave, tell me when the paperwork is literally ready to walk in and sign, and then walk out. And that's what a lot of people want. So if you don't know how to sell over the phone, you don't know how to sell via text, you don't know how to sell with all these new avenues and ways of communication, it's going to hurt you. And I would ask any dealership, like, hey, what does your training program look like for training me how to speak over the phone? How to sell a car actually over the phone or via email or via text. And if your dealership just like, yeah, we just tell them to come in, that's like not cutting it. You need to learn how to get to the bottom of these causes. And a lot of times you do want the customer to come in. And that should always be your first thing. When I would take phone appointments, I'd be like, hey, when can you come in? And often they would, but sometimes they'd be like, hey, I want to really get this ironed out over the phone. And there's some best practices for that. But one of the best things that you need to get really good at is sending customers personalized videos, whether it's an introduction video, like, hey, my name's Russ. I just started here at XYZ dealer. I see you're interested in XYZ vehicle. I'd be more than happy to give you all your answer all your questions. Could you call me back or text me back at this number? Then you're putting a face to the name. You're going to separate yourself from the 15 other car salespeople all trying to call them at the same time. But the videos, the personalized videos to customers is a huge, huge, huge thing you can do day one and roll that into your art of selling over the phone, whether it's video, text, email, phone call. These are something you need to be masters at. You need to go get the proper training. Hopefully your dealership provides it for you. If not, there are great free resources online, just like this YouTube video you're watching, to learn how to get better at this. Let's hop into number 3. Third thing on this list is you gotta be doing social media. And if you know me, you probably knew I was gonna say that. You're probably surprised I didn't even say it yet. But social media is the ultimate way to market yourself to new people, follow up with people you already know, help you sell more cars, and generate more leads. My biggest regret, and every single person I know that has been doing social media at a high level has one regret. They just didn't do it sooner. Ask anybody you know that has a big social media and say, hey, do you regret waiting to start? We're all going to say the same thing. Yes. I started selling cars when I was 18 years old and didn't really start social media until I was like 19 and a half, almost 20. I believe off the top of my head, those are the numbers. And I wish I started sooner. I wish I had a day one. Hey, I'm in high school. I'm about to start selling cars. This is going to be crazy. I wish I had day two. I have no clue what the heck I'm doing, but I'm trying. Day 5, here's what's happening. Day 10, hey, I just sold my first car. Hey, I just sold 10 cars for the first time. Hey, and then all the way up to, when I started. I wish I documented all that, but sadly, I did not. Now, there's a whole bunch of best practices for social media. If you're new to car sales, this isn't for you. But if you're a professional and you're actually doing social, or you're actually selling cars at a high level and you just stumbled upon this video, hit the link down below. You can check out my online training portal, how we're helping people like Andrea Sells Cadillac, or Sean Seals Deals, or my buddy Anthony at Huffing's Auto. All these people, general manager, salespeople. One of my guys, Sean, he sold like 16 cars just from social media last month, sold like 36 total. Social media will really help you if you're a high achiever who's really good at selling cars and you just need more leads. But if you're new, this isn't for you. I don't even think you should sign up for my course just yet. It might be a little too advanced for you. But if you're new to car sales, what I would highly, highly, highly recommend is just starting, and you're going to become a better speaker for it. This video here is pretty much done in one take. I don't have a script. I have some notes off to the right. And how did I get better at speaking? Oh, Rush, you were always good at speaking, right? No, I was terrible, actually. I was not a very good speaker at all. But social media and recording myself and watching myself back and seeing me post videos that I didn't really like actually forced me into becoming a better speaker. So social media has all these great outcomes. It can help you get more leads, help you market yourself, help you follow up. My buddy Corey right here, Corey Creates Car Deals, just said he sold a car the other day because a customer reached out to him that was like, hey, I bought a car from you 3 years ago. It was from a different dealership. He didn't even work at the same dealership, never followed up with her once, unfortunately. Sorry, Corey, for watching this video, and didn't talk to her, but she saw one of his TikToks and bought another car from him because she liked the first experience. So sold a car, 3 years later, didn't follow up, and she came back because of a social media. Because social media is follow-up. It can be your follow-up, selling new cars, lead generation, and worst case scenario, let's say you never sell a car from social media. You'll just become a more confident person from social media. And there's all these other great outcomes too. Like you can make money from TikTok. You can get brand deals. You can get free things. I mean, that's all great, but let's just focus on your career right now. It'll help your career in so many ways. I beg you, if you're about to start in car sales, record yourself. You're going to hate it. If you don't like it, there's something wrong with you. You should not like it. You should make a video and be like, this is awkward. If you make a video and you actually like it, you're either like super weird or you have like oozing confidence from day one. And that's okay. I hope you do. But most people are going to feel uncomfortable, feel cringe, as you should. But social media is what changed my life selling cars. And I'm watching it change other people's lives. So I beg with you, if you're new to car sales, you're just getting started, or if you're watching this, you're not doing social media at all. If you want to check out the link down below in the description, great. You can check out what I'm doing. But forget that. Just get started. So let me know down in the comments, if you're in car sales for a long time, what are 3 things that I missed that you wish you would go back and do better? These are definitely the 3 things I wish I could go back and do better. And if you're new to car sales, or anything I didn't cover that you want me to make a video on, I'm going to make it a lot more content now. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. Hit that subscribe button, and I'm about to be relaunching my podcast. You can check out my last episode here. I'm going to be interviewing some of the best salespeople, managers, dealership owners across the country. For more content like this, follow Russ Flips Whips.